Okay, so today we will be discussing another new topic. Okay, so today the topic which we had stopped till organization design. We had discussed earlier till contemporary organizational designs, multinational designs, network designs, and virtual design. This is what we had discussed in the earlier lecture. Okay, so today we will discuss about organizational structure. Okay, what is meant by organizational structure, what are the types, what are the steps, etc. we will see here. I will not मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा stretch नहीं करती हूँ मैं. We'll wind up soon. Okay, so very small topic will cover and we'll wind up soon. Okay, so let us see the meaning here. First, what is the meaning of organizational structure? Okay, who somebody has joined, it seems. Shazin has joined. Okay, fine. Okay, Shazin, we have just started only. Okay, you are not at all late. We have just started. So, what is the meaning of organizational structure is a topic which we are going to discuss today. So, all of you might have heard about structure. Structure is something which is having a pattern or which is having a hierarchy, we can tell. Okay, so see the meaning over here. Organizational structure is the established pattern of relationship among the components or parts of an organization. It is the framework through which an organization operates. You're working somewhere now. I suppose you're working or not. So there will be a structure in an organization. There will be a pattern of relationship in the organization. Take any institution, take any organization. There will be an organizational structure. Maybe it will be small for several organizations. If the organization is very big, accordingly the structure also will be very large. Okay, so once again let me repeat, it is a established pattern of relationship among the components or parts of an organization. It is the framework through which an organization operates, or it is hierarchy of relationships existing in an organization. Now see here, it involves the following things. There will be pattern of relationships, there will be proper duties and positions established, and this is existing for a purpose, and it will be having two dimensions. Okay, so that is management and the employees. So as I told you, there will be a pattern of relationships. It can be very large, it can be very small, it can be tight, it can be loose, like that. There will be proper duties and positions, or duties and responsibilities, clear cut duties and responsibilities will be mentioned. It is existing for a purpose. Definitely we know the existence of every organization is to achieve the organizational objective, be it profit motive or customer satisfaction, whatever it is, or wealth creation, whatever it is. So it is existing for a purpose, and there are two dimensions over here. So this is the simple meaning of organizational structure. Structure, when you think about structure, the word hierarchy or pattern should come into your mind. Okay, so see, let's see the next slide. These are the steps in organizational structure, or the steps while designing an organizational structure. Okay, when thinking about an organizational structure, these are the things which should come into your mind. First one is defining the organizational goals. One second. Yeah, defining the organizational goals, then determining the activities to achieve the organizational goals, grouping of activities, making arrangement of resources, assignment of duties, granting of authority, establishing superior subordinate relationship, and provision of coordination. These are the common steps which we can sum up, or which we can talk when we are talking about the steps in organizational structure. First one, defining organizational goals. As I told you, every organization will be existing for a particular purpose. There will be a particular aim or a goal for every organization. It can be, as I told you, profit motive, wealth creation, customer satisfaction, providing good quality products, like that. So that is first defined. Then determining the activities to achieve the organizational goals. How we can go ahead for achieving these particular goals. Then grouping of these activities, making arrangement of resources. Definitely we need resources to start an organization, to run an organization. So making the arrangement, necessary financial resources, financial arrangements for that, capital arrangement for that, human resources for that, etc. Then assignment of duties. Assigning the duties means allocating the responsibilities, allocating the duties to the concerned employees. Granting of authority. authority is a power, we can say, power to take the decisions. So only when there is authority we can freely take any decision. Without any fear we can take any decision. So that is granting of authority. Then establishing superior subordinate relationship, good relationship between the between your boss and yourself, that is superior and the subordinate. Then there should be provision of coordination. Coordination means having a control over all the activities, ensuring that all the activities are in place, and there is no, what you can say, there is no problem or there is no lack of communication in any stage. These are the different steps in organizational structure. Moving ahead, we will see the types of organizational structure, traditional and modern. You remember we had discussed types of organizational design. There we had discussed again traditional and contemporary. Similarly, here in types of organizational structure, we will be discussing again traditional structure and modern structure. First, let us see what is meant. What are the points under traditional structure? Okay, under traditional structure, we will be seeing three important topics, three different types of structure. First one is line organizational structure, then functional organizational structure, and line and staff organizational structure. These are the three different types of organizational structure under traditional organizational structure. Once again, I'll repeat it. Line organizational structure, functional organizational structure, and line and staff organizational structure. Now let us see, today we will be discussing only about line organizational structure. Okay, let us see what is line organizational structure now. So see here, line organizational structure, I have mentioned the features of a simple, what is a simple words I have mentioned, the features of a line organizational structure. Okay, it is again one of the simplest form of organizational structure. It involves, or it is also known as a scalar model or a military form of organizational structure. The authority is flowing from the top to the bottom. Responsibility flows upwards. There will only be one supervisor. There is no advisory kind of relationship. The managers have complete authority in their respective areas. These are the features of line organizational structure. Once again, I'll repeat, it is a very commonly found structure. Okay, and it is one of the simplest form. It is also known as scalar model, scalar chain model, or military form. Authority flow from the top to bottom. Top means the person who is sitting at the top. There is top management, and the authority is flowing downwards to the lower levels. But responsibility is flowing upward, as you know. Who will be responsible when one employee is not doing the work properly? Okay, the next person will be responsible over here. That is, the superior will be responsible over here. Then there will be only one supervisor. You will not get multiple instructions or multiple commands, because there will be only one superior or one supervisor above you. There is no advisory relationship, or there is no staff such type of relationship. It is a very strict type of relationship over here. Then the managers have complete authority in their areas. That is, the superiors have good control over their areas, and they have complete authority in their particular areas. That is, they have the authority to take all the major decisions. These are the features. Okay, now see here, this is a very simple format of a line organization structure, where, as I told you, there is a general manager, marketing manager, production manager, finance manager. You can see over here the instructions will be moving downwards, responsibility will be moving upwards. Okay, this is a very simple format. Okay, now let us see what are the advantages of a line organization structure. These are the points: simplicity, quick decision making, discipline, clear definition of authority, easy supervision and control, coordination and development. See here, simplicity. It's very simple to understand the structure. There is nothing complex in such a structure, isn't it? You have a superior above you. You may have a subordinate below you. Okay, you know whom you should report to. That's it. You know very properly. You know what are your responsibilities, like that. So it is very simple model. Okay. there will be quick decision making because there is no confusions, and the management actually knows what decision should be taken when it should be taken. There will be proper discipline over here. There is clear definition of authority. It is easy to supervise and control because you will not have so many people under you. Okay, then there will be proper coordination among the employees. It helps in overall development of the organization. These are the advantages. Now, see, these are the disadvantages. At the same time, there are several disadvantages also for line structure. It can be a burden on executives. There is an autocratic leadership style, lack specialization, retards expansion. There are chances of lack of initiative. It's not suitable for large organizations. Problem of strict supervision. As I told you, burden on executives in the sense that there will be only one supervisor, isn't it? There is one superior above you, and that particular superior will be taking all the responsibilities. One second. Now, these particular superiors will be taking all the decisions. Then there is autocratic leadership style. You know what is an autocratic leadership style? Auto means self. That is, uh, it's a kind of strict leadership style where we are bound to listen. We are bound to listen to whatever our superior is saying us. We are forced to listen to whatever instructions the superior is going to give us. Then it lacks specialization. Lack specialization means you are focusing only on one particular activity. A manager is focusing on only one particular activity. Okay. Then retards expansion. There are very less chances of expanding the organization because we are following a rigid style, isn't it? There is no much flexibility here in the organizational structure. So it will retard. Retard means it will lessen the growth of the organization. Then lack of initiative. Lack of initiative means you can't have any chances to come forward and give your own opinion. You cannot become, or you can say, you cannot give your suggestions, your feedback or anything. And there is lack of initiative from the management side and from the employee side to come forward. Then it is not suitable for large organizations. There will be problem of strict supervision. Problem of strict supervision is the similar to this of the second point, autocratic leadership style. Because problem of strict supervision means there will be, what you can say, every time there will be control over you. Every time there will be strict checking upon the employees, whether the employee is doing the work properly or not. And that will be clearly reported to the top management. So working in such an organization is a kind of, what you can say, it may be a bit difficult for the employees in the long term. Okay, so that was about that. These were the disadvantages of line organizational structure. Okay, now once again I'll repeat it here. What all things we discussed today? Organizational structure. We saw the meaning of organizational structure. Okay, then steps in organizational structure, types of organizational structure, traditional and modern. Under traditional, there are three types: line, functional, line and staff. Today we discussed only about line organizational structure, the features, advantages and disadvantages. This is the example. This is a structure, very simple format. Or simply we have explained about the features of line organizational structure. Then an example of line organizational structure is, you can see over here in this image, advantages and disadvantages.